might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the morning show where I call this coffee, because we have our coffee here, and kata, because we are going to do some coding challenges in the morning so we can get our mind stimulated, so we can get ready to get to work, have a productive week. The plan is to have this show on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at around this at 7:15 a.m. I'm not gonna say around this time. I want to do it at 7:15 a.m. for about 30 to 45 minutes so that we can get our mind stimulated, be able to get some work done. My plan is to review one or two news articles, and then we will get into some coding. And I will put the timer up for about 30 to 30, 20, 25 to 30 minutes of coding, and we will go from there. So today I will introduce the coding challenge that we'll do. But if you are new here, and if you are an early riser and you want to get some good information before you get your day started, definitely subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can know when we go live. And you can know about our pre-recorded content as well. Like today, we have Candid Conversations coming out where we will be talking about our poor time management skills and how we are addicted to failing because of that. So definitely check that out today, coming up, dropping at noon, 12 p.m. Eastern time. All right. So let me put this up right here as well. Check out the Patreon. The link is pinned to the top of the chat and as well in the description. So let's go with this. And here we are, Tech Coach Ralph, engineered to win. So come and win with us. So without further ado, let's not waste any time. We're going to allocate 5 minutes to our news stories. I'm going to put the timer up. And we are going to go with 5 minutes. And we are going to transition to the screen for here. All right. So we are going to talk about, I want to talk about daylight savings economic impact. Zoom in a bit. And let's see. So it says that though many Americans will surely appreciate the extra hour of sleep that comes with turning clocks back on Sunday, the economic effects could be less welcome, especially amid the lingering risk of recession. Daylight savings time, which runs through the spring and summer and maximize available hours of sunlight in the evening, is linked to higher daily card spending. 2006 research by JP Morgan found it's believed that consumers use the additional hours of daylight to visit shops and restaurants, and it's at least one reason commercial groups lobby against the elimination. The extra hour of daylight also reduces auto collisions and saves around 1.2 billion per year in the US, according to a study published last year. Hourly workers on certain overnight shifts from Saturday to Sunday are entitled to an extra hour of pay, unless their schedules are adjusted to account for the time change. So this is pretty interesting, right? Like, so I think this part is good that the extra hour of daylight reduces the auto collisions and saves around 1.2 billion per year. So that part is good, right? But the fact that the argument is being made that um, yeah, the argument is being made that oh, the economic impact is that people are going to spend less money, especially around the time of a lingering recession. I mean, people should probably get their households in order first before they go out and just get dive more and more into debt. Like it's like the only entity that can have unlimited amount of debts and just create money is the US government apparently, but when individual people they go and they try to match their debt to income ratio as the US government, then that's when all hell breaks loose and we see foreclosures, bankruptcies, and the recession takes a strong impact, right? So it's just interesting that the economic impact is going to be a reduction in spending. So people are going to be saving more money and you know, visit less shops and restaurants. So that's pretty interesting. Anyways, so that was just that quick check in, and now let's go and check out this article. Or let me see. This one says Las Vegas unions set strike date. So another strike is coming, right? We just had the UAW strike with the big three, GM, Ford, and Stellantis, which used to be Chrysler, but now it says in another sign of spreading strikes, 35,000 workers at 18 Las Vegas casinos are threatening to stop work unless they get a new contract by November 10th. Members of the Culinary Workers and Bartenders Unions have been working without an agreement since September 15th. They seek higher pay and they seek higher pay, a reduced workload, and improved safety, among other demands. The potential walkout comes amid record profits at casino resorts such as Bellagio, MGM Grand, and Caesars Palace. A strike would occur days before the Formula One Las Vegas Grand Prix, which could bring 30,000 people to the city. It would also follow strikes by the United Auto Workers as well as Hollywood writers and actors and some healthcare workers. So, is that why Law and Order SVU and Chicago Fire and all those Chicago PD have not been on the air yet? That I really wonder if that's what's going on with these shows. Well, the good part is I have been able to get a lot more productive. Let's see if there's any hits in these comments. Nothing good here. Nothing good. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Strikers. Nothing good. So I think that is about it. We are done with our news. So the news is that we have the Las Vegas Union set to strike. So if you were planning to going to Las Vegas around November 10th and after, be prepared that there might not be many employees and the service is probably going to suck. So you might want to reconsider that. All right. And the other news is that the some people believe that daylight savings times takes an economic impact because it makes you, I guess, wiser on how you spend your money, and you are going to shop less, you know, during the during that time. And and I would suggest to prevent you from getting into accidents, just get home earlier, spend more time with your family, and do some stuff at home. Do some stuff you've been putting off. All right. So that is our two news stories for today, and we are going to get into our chaos camp challenge for today, where we are going to be going over the code drift challenge in Python. So I'm going to put 30 minutes up on the clock, and we are going to we are going to go over the challenge and then we're going to start to get to work. And however far we get is how far we get. And then on Wednesday, we will pick up from where we left off. All right. So here we are. This is the Chaos Camp Challenge. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. Okay. So, what is the Code Drift Challenge, right? So welcome to the Code Drift Challenge. This challenge simulates the common real world problem of code drift, where different versions of code diverge in functionality, leading to potential conflicts, bugs, and misunderstandings. Your task is to recognize areas of code drift, recognize the difference across branches, and produce a unified, functional version of the application. So the objective is to identify areas where code has drifted across the branches, merge features and changes from all branches, dev, stage, and production into a new unified branch, resolve any conflicts that arise, ensure the final code runs without error and has all intended features. And then, of course, update documentation to reflect a reconciled code actual behavior. All right. So the instructions, we will start by cloning the repository into our local machine, go into the folder, and then we're going to investigate the branches. So they provide us how to check out the branches, and like we could look at it on the GitHub repo, but in order to practice our Git skills to continue to get better, continuous improvement, right? Continuous improvement. Then we are going to actually do it on our local machine where we're going to do the checkout of the branches, and then we will create a new branch, right? Git checkout dash B for creating a new branch. I'm going to call it unified code. And then we are going to merge features from the dev branch, staging, and production. We're going to have some merge conflicts which we'll have to resolve. So this challenge right here is to get us more familiar and more confident in our Git merging abilities, because trust me, I've had so many merging stuff that drive me crazy and it's a mess. So this challenge is very, very good, very, very useful indeed. All right. And then lastly, we update the documentation to update the accurate to accurately describe the application's behavior and its features. And then Don gives us some hints about um, review the commit history of each branch to understand the evolution of the code. Make sure to test the application after merging each branch to catch and rectify any issues early on. And while resolving merge conflicts, understand the intent behind each change instead of choosing one change over another arbitrarily. And what that means is, like, there might be a change in one branch, which is the right change, while it didn't get to the other branch. So we need to actually be smart about the way that we are. We need to be smart about the way that we are merging and all that good stuff. Okay. So, and then the evaluation criteria is successful identification and reconciliation of all areas of drift, and merge code without errors. Documentation accurately describes the application's behavior and features. So, lastly, once completed, you'll have a better understanding of code drift, its implications, and how to tackle it in real world scenarios. And I'll say that you also have a better understanding of Git and commits, branches, all of that stuff. All right. So, let's get into our challenge. And I will drop this link in the chat as well. It's also in the description of the video. But go here. And paste. There you go. There is the Code Drift Challenge. You can click the link in the description to get to it, and you can actually start working on it yourself as well. Okay. So we are going to copy this right here, git clone, and then the repo. And now we are going to fly over to our already have our Chaos Camp challenges project open in PyCharm, and we are just going to drop. So we're going to get out of that folder, and now we're in the Chaos Camps challenges folder. We are going to drop in the git clone and the URL to the repository, which I also posted in the chat, and we should have it on our folder in our. So here we are. And now we are going to go into the folder, cd code drift. And if you do tab, like when you start typing the name of the folder, it will do autocomplete, or it will take you to like, it'll show you the ones that match, and then you can choose from that, right? So here we are in the folder. And the next thing, so we have to nav. So we're on step 2 now, where we navigate, and we are going to go through the different branches. So we're gonna do git branch. So we're on main here. All right, so git checkout dev. And let's see what we have in here. Switch to track. I wonder if it's because I am. Hold on. Okay, no, it's good because there is only one file in the folder, but I think I don't know if I'm on the right branch, to be honest with you. Let me see. Oh, I think I see what's going on. It's treating the whole thing. I feel like it's treating the whole entire thing as a repository. Okay. Oh no, I think we're good. So I'm looking at here, code drift challenge. All right. So if I open this file right here, okay, there we go. All right, cool. We're good. So we have, so in the dev, we have app, Flask name from Flask, home, welcome to the home page. This is a new feature in dev. All right, so now if we do git checkout, and we do, what's the name of the staging? So, all right, so now let's do this. We are going to, let's take some notes, right? Let's do, let's do, where am I going to take these notes? All right, I'm just going to drop some notes somewhere, and then I'll organize that afterwards. So this is code drift challenge. And it's like you have to consider, you don't just jump straight into the code, right? You need to do your investigation first to see what's going on. So I have Notion up here, and we're going to do empty page, and I'm going to go back and check out the dev, and I'm gonna go to say, all right, dev branch, right? And we're gonna say on the dev branch we have a route for home and a route for feature, and say the route for feature includes returns. This is a new feature in dev, right? So, all right, so the new feature is in dev, which we would be expected, right? And now we're going to go to the staging branch, and we're going to say git checkout staging, and now on the staging branch, the home, so the route for home says welcome to staging homepage, which is fine because you could have different text, but if I was building it, I'd probably have like this be some type of environment variable to be set based on the environment that's being loaded or the branch that's being loaded. Actually, no, the environment that's being loaded, where it would say "Welcome to the Dev branch homepage" or to the staging homepage or the production homepage, whatever the case may be. But in staging, uh, we don't have the route for feature yet in staging, and then we are going to do a git checkout, and the name of that is production. What do we have in production? So, in production, we have coffee while we're at it. And we have the route for home says welcome to the home page. Yeah, that makes sense because you don't want to say welcome to the production homepage. And then we also have a route for secure page. Um, and it returns this is a secure page only in production. So now the question is, why would the secure page only be in production? Why are we writing code that does not cross that that is not represented in our dev slash staging branch? So that's the question that I have, right? And let's say I am the QA engineer on this project. I would have that question for my developers, right? Like, why are like, and it's not to like question them as they're doing something wrong or anything like that, but it's to find out like why are we doing like this, so maybe I can get better understanding, or maybe that there is a misunderstanding on their end. Who knows, right? But that's the things that I would be definitely wondering about, and what we can do to rectify that situation, or maybe I get some better understanding, right? So so we've investigated step 2, right? We've done step 2, investigate the 3 branches, review the changes. However, so what we can do, create a new branch for your unified code. So we'll create the new branch, right? However, we are going to need to review the commit history, and I think we can review the commit history on GitHub itself. Or let me do a quick Google search to see. We'll do that search together, right? But first, let's go ahead and let's create our branch, right? Let's see, here we are. So let's do git checkout -b for branch, right? So we're checking out, and when you're doing a git checkout, it's -b to create a new branch. If you don't put -b, it'll look for like let's just do an example, right? Unified code, and it's going to tell you that um, error unified code did not match any files known to Git, right? Because the branch doesn't exist yet. I just wanted to show that real quick, and this is why we have to do git checkout -b for a new branch, and then unified code. There is a way to create a new branch as well. If like you can just do a new branch but not switch to it, when you do git checkout -b, then it will create the new branch and automatically switch to it. Git create. So if you wanted to just create the new branch but not switch to it, as I was saying, then you would do something like this: git branch and then just the name of the new branch, right? So we would do git branch and then unified code, but we wouldn't be switched to it. Then we'd have to do git checkout unified code. But doing it through here, we can just simply just do git checkout -b for the new branch and then unified code, and then bada bing, bada boom, we are now checked out in our new branch of unified code. Um, the thing is, it creates this new branch based off of the it creates it based off the branch that we're on. So being that we are in the production branch, it's going to create the code based off the production. But we have to merge anyway, so that's part of the challenge. Not that big of a deal. Okay. So with that being said, now let's see. Let's see if let me see. So we're gonna go to here real quick. I just want to see if we can do the review the commit history. Like, I know we can do it on GitHub, but let me see if I can do it through the IDE. Git review commit history. So viewing the commit history, git log. How to check the commit history in Git. To list commits as a view of a branch history, you can use git log command with the branch name. Git log shows the commit history for the current branch currently checked out. If you have not checked out a branch, this will show the commit history for the entire repository. All right, so that means if we go here and we do git log, there is so on so this commit unified code origin slash production updated the readme. So if we do, let's see here, added secure page for production on. Right, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna pull up Notion again, and let's say we are going to do a commit review, right? So here, let's call this branch review. And we'll call this one commit review. That way we can easily organize what we're looking at, right? So so let's say production, and we'll go in from newest to oldest, right? So update readme, and then we had the added secure page for production. And this was the initial commit with basic Flask setup. And then it was the initial commit. All right. Now let's do git log staging. And should probably put just put some I guess we should put some dates on this too, because that way we can compare when the commit happened for that in production versus when that happened for the other branches. So let's go here. And doing the 100 Days of Python course, that did help with knowing like about Flask and stuff like that. And like I believe like whatever it is that you're interested in, you should always push yourself to continue to learn, continue to improve. Because like although I'm a Q engineer now, I'm pretty proficient in Python. Um, I can create like an API using Python. Part of the Tech Barbarians um, coaching group where we are building a software, not a software, but a little application just so we can build experience in different fields, know how to work through the software development lifecycle in the Agile and Scrum methodology. Um, we we continue to push ourselves. And so now in the application that we're going to be building, we'll be using Express with React and Node.js and MongoDB to build our application. So then that builds knowledge and confidence to the tech barbarians so that they can have stuff to put on their resume. They can have experience to put on their resume. They can also have interview talking points and confidence to know that they are doing a lot more than other people, other Q engineers, so that they can go out there and crush it. So let's do this. Put that in here. So this one was from here. So let's compare this. So this is 1833 homepage for staging. September 2nd, 18. So it was in between. So this modified homepage message for staging is in between the added secure page for production and initial commit with basic Flask setup. All right. And then what's the next one? And then this one was initial commit with Flask, which matches the one for. So that matches. So these two match exactly. This one does. This one is falls in between here. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. And then there's the initial commit, which would match the exact one for. But after we get this all done, then we are going to highlight which ones match. And then so we'll put those in green, the ones that are matching, and then we will. And when you get to the end, like you saw there, maybe you can't really see it, but when you get to the end, just type in Q, and then that'll get you out of the. It'll get you out of the whatever they call that view where it's like locked into the command that you're doing. So git checkout and now dev. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Git checkout. See now when I do unified code, I don't get an error because the branch already exists. All right. So git log dev and see if I can make this a little smaller. Mm, Now we should be able to see it a little better. Okay, so now, so here, and we go here, and we're gonna say dev. We have 5 minutes to go, and once those 5 minutes are up, we're gonna wrap this show up and get ready to go to work. I am going to get in a quick stretch because I am sore from the BJJ tournament, which I did not do as well as I hoped for. But I am sore and I need to get some stretching in and I need to get in a quick workout. So that will be the plan once I jump off this live. And I do appreciate you for being here and learning with me as we go through this Chaos Camp Challenge. And we have some coffee during our coffee and kata in the morning session. All right, so now we got that and that, right? So is that it? Initial commit. And all right, so that should be it. All right, cool. So we are out of that. And now let's look at over here, right? So so let's do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a quick search on this, right? I guess I could just copy the whole thing because they should all match. I'll just do a search on the date, right? So these three are exactly identical. So I'm going to put that in. Can I highlight it? Text color. Good green. These match. That's not the best looking green, but let's see if I can find another one. Mm, All right, so let's do that. Let's do it like that, right? Whatever. So now these match. Let's put this here and let's put this here, right? So now let's see if this matches anything. 183106. So these three match. The initial commit with basic flask, those match up exactly. So we are going to give that a color. Let's go with blue. Blue and blue. Now is where we start to get some code drift because added a new feature route in dev, which was 1832.35. And so this one added after staging home message, which is expected because dev is going to have the let's go like that. Mm, okay, cool. So then now this one was wait, no, this was added before this one, to be honest with you. It was 1832, 35, 1833. So this was added before, but not merged into staging. So here's some code drift. Code drift alert. And I wonder if I could put an emoji in there. Let's go with that. All right, so we have our first code drift that we believe. All right, and I will say so now this one was added before this one right here. So let's say added before secure production page was added. But they do have a message that you're on the home page. So added before, okay. So, but it was still added before the secure production homepage was added, which is fine. Well, yeah, if it was added before, that made it there. But the feature route didn't make it there. So yeah, so this is in here, but it's not in there. But inside of production, we have, oh, that is our show for today. So this is where we're leaving off, right? We see a potential code drift right here, right? Because this is not in production and this was added before the most recent commit to production. However, the homepage message, there is a homepage message for production. So that might not be a code drift, although the modified homepage message for staging. So this one might be. Let's see, real quick. Okay, modified homepage message for staging. See, but we didn't see that for prod. So we have to see where that changed in prod though. So okay, so there we are. So we're good. We are going to I'm gonna add a note added um before secure production was added. Secure production page was added. Check for when homepage message for prod is added. All right. Potential code drift here. And we'll just put one alarm because we're not sure yet. And that is it. So this is where, so I'm going to put this in red real quick. And put that in red. And when we start off on Wednesday, we will pick up from here where we're going to take a look at this, compare it to this to see what's going on here. And then we can maybe start our merging and all that good stuff. All right. So let's go back to the homepage. And that is our show for today. Thank you for all those who tuned in. And if you're watching on replay, thank you for tuning in as well. And I hope you found this very valuable. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you found it helpful, entertaining, all of that good stuff. And before we let you go, I am going to say,
I mean, all we do is win, man. You know that.
so thank you for tuning in to this episode of Coffee and Kata in the Morning. And if you haven't done so yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can know when we go live, and check out Candid Conversations coming out at noon today, Eastern Standard Time. And I will see you guys live again tomorrow night on our Q&A session, where we should have a guest presenting or sharing their an event that they're having coming soon. So check it out. I will see you at noon for our release of Candid Conversations, and I will see you live tomorrow on our Q&A show. But until next time, friends, this is Tech Coach Ralph signing off from Kata and Coffee in the Morning.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.